NFL wide receiver. He starred with the Rams. The greatest show on turf, Torry Holt. There he is.
Yes, sir.
Played with Kurt Warner.
How you doing, Jason?
Marshall Faulk, great to see you.
Good
Isaac
seeing you.
Bruce.
Yes.
Ooh, a lot of good NFL topics. First of all, how's the offseason been for you? What's your vibe here on the NFL currently? All the landscape changing almost every day.
Man, it's been cool. I do a show during the year with Solomon Wilcox on Sirius XM. And then once the season is over, Super Bowl, everything's over, I kind of take a step back, but I kind of keep my eyes on what's happening. My son just graduated college, so shout out to my son, Braden.
That's awesome.
From NC State. He's an engineer. My daughters are playing soccer, and my oldest daughter is working towards her career now. So watching the kids grow and do their thing. My wife and I, shout out to my wife too, by the way. We're celebrating our anniversary today, our 22nd anniversary.
And you're coming on TV on your anniversary?
Yeah.
Dude, come on.
But no, that's kind of what's been going on in the offseason, and then seeing all the changes in the National Football League. I know we're going to talk about the Rams, but seeing my guy Aaron Donald retire.
Yeah.
Big shouts out to AD.
Were you surprised?
True Ram. I wasn't. I think if you watched his body language the year before, then this year, though he gives you max effort. It was just, just watching him and how he moved around, and then to see him exit the game. I was happy for him. Well-deserved, a Hall of Fame career for sure.
So from a football perspective, the greatest defensive player on the Rams is now gone.
Yeah.
Okay, he commanded double teams, triple teams. What does this do to the secondary, the pass rush?
Yeah.
Is this the Rams defense, should we expect them to fall off a cliff?
No, I don't think so. I think the expectations are the same. I think that's Sean McVay's message. They have a new coordinator in Shula, but Sean McVay has to manage so many things, players being plucked, but also coaches being plucked year in and year out. But they continue to do a really good job of drafting and developing players. Kobe Turner's got to be good, got to be better. He had a heck of a rookie season. He's got to be better. Brown's got to be better. They got two rookies from Florida State, Fisk, as well as Jared Verse, who has to step up. Now, no one replaces Aaron Donald. Collectively, though, these guys have to play at a very high level. And what I love about this Rams young front, they're all drafted. They drafted these guys that they're playing. Again, showing you confidence that they have in their players, and then their players delivering.
Now, I've never been in a Rams huddle, but I can pretty much say with some certainty that Jalen Ramsey was a leader when he was there, and Aaron Donald was the leader when he was there. So that's a massive void to fill. Like, how do they do that? Can one guy do it? Can multiple?
I think that happens as the season goes, as they continue going through the summer, as they get into training camp. I think the leader will continue to identify itself. And this football team is smart enough to go to rock with their leader. Like you mentioned, Aaron Donald has been their guy for so long. He led them on and off the football field. But someone else on the defensive side of the football field will emerge as their leader. We know offensively with Cooper Kupp and Puka and Matthew Stafford how they'll be. Someone defensively will emerge.
All right, let me get to my guy Aaron Rodgers. I'm a Jets fan. Listen, you were in the NFL for a long time.
Yeah.
Rodgers allegedly disappeared to Egypt or wherever during mandatory camp.
Yeah.
He's the leader of the team, the captain. Can you recall a time when your quarterback was just not?
Never. Look, I get it. He's a fantastic player, fantastic leader. Unless it was something family-driven that we haven't really heard, that's the only way I'm missing camp. That's the only way that I'm missing camp. With the expectations that are on the Jets, it's win championships because of a big part of it is because Aaron Rodgers is on the roster. They revamped their offensive line. They got talent on the perimeter. They got Breece Hall in the backfield. Mandatory minicamp is when it all starts. It's when the coach steps in there and says, here is where we're going. Here is what we're trying to accomplish. And your main guy is not there. Certainly a cause of concern for me. It would be eating me up if I'm not in minicamp with my teammates. Like, I can't even stomach that. The only time that I miss some training camp time is when I was holding out for my contract in St. Louis. And it was eating me then. But I had to make my stance because I was trying to get my bread. So this is totally, for me, unacceptable. Aaron Rodgers already knows that the pressure is on. But the message that I think that it's sending to your teammates is that I'm still a little bit above everyone. And then I think, too, the coaching staff and the organization is allowing it to happen as well.
Well, yeah, remember when the owner jumps on a private jet to go recruit Rodgers, he feels like he's got the run of the show. I'll bring in Hackett to my OC. I'll bring in all these guys. And then he's like, I'm going to blow off minicamp. What are you going to do about it?
Nah, I don't understand it. I don't get it. I don't think it's acceptable. Again, Aaron Rodgers would have to answer to why he missed. But those other guys are expecting for everyone to be there going towards the goal, and that's to win championships with the Jets. They have to win, and they can't even get past Buffalo, and then their main guy is not even in camp.
Were you ever in a Pro Bowl with him? Do you know Rodgers at all?
No, I don't. I know Aaron from afar. I think I've maybe met him one time.
Yeah.
I did meet him one time at the honors, and I had an opportunity to say hello to Aaron. Hell of a player, heck of a guy he seems to be, but gotta be in camp.
Yeah.
If it's nothing else, if it's nothing with family or so that trumps football, you gotta be in camp with your guys getting ready to go.
I won't speculate, but I'm pretty sure he doesn't talk to his family and he's not married. So, anyways, let's move on. Other quarterback situations around the league. So Jordan Love had a good 8 games with the Packers.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden it's like, oh, he's going to be a $50 million guy off an 8-game sample size. What am I missing here?
No, I think the potential for Jordan Love is great. You know, I think he's certainly has shown the ability to run and manage an offense. I think being able to go and play at the level in that particular division with Detroit being the guys, I think he's shown that he can do that. So I like Jordan Love. I think his trajectory is continuing to ascend. He's got an offensive coordinator that's talented, that's creative, and then he has young talent around him. So I like where Jordan Love is going, and I think his future will continue to be bright.
I'm not asking you to look in anybody's pockets, but when you see the headline, Jared Goff, $55 million per year, are you just, I mean, that's kind of sort of stunning for a guy. And Goff is a good quarterback, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But
good timing, certainly.
Certainly, yes.
But
yes,
Jared Goff has been very productive in this league. Let's not get it twisted.
100%.
He's been very productive in this league. What he did here in Los Angeles, taking the team to the Super Bowl, then getting close to taking the team back to a Super Bowl, competing there in Detroit. Couldn't get past San Francisco. Jared Goff has been very productive in this league, and I think his production was timely in terms of how the market is, in terms of how the cap is, and the type of money these guys are demanding.
Walk me through what you think is happening with Tua and the Dolphins. The latest report is that Miami's just not going to go to Goff, Trevor Lawrence type numbers. They're just not going to do that. And Tua's side is like, hey, this is what the market says. Oh, by the way, look at my numbers compared to Lawrence. Does he have a case?
Again, a situation where it's timing. That's the type of money. That's where the salary is for these quarterbacks. Yes, Tua needs to win more, certainly. Just like I said, Aaron Rodgers has to get past Buffalo. Miami Dolphins have to get past Buffalo. So if they feel that he can do that, then you pay him that type of money. Kind of like what Jacksonville is saying with Trevor Lawrence. They're paying him like forward, thinking that he's going to deliver conference championships. He's going to deliver Super Bowl. So if you see that for Tua, then you pay him his money. Market says that.
I got to get to wide receivers, and I'm not calling you one, but the word diva gets thrown around a lot.
I got a little, I had a little bit in me,
Well, you said you held out over money, but listen, this Brandon Aiyuk situation is different because you didn't have social media to go to. Brandon Aiyuk is now on like TikTok saying they don't want me, they don't want to pay me, and he's going on Instagram and his family members, and it's just a little too much noise, and it feeds into another diva receiver on the heels of Stephon Diggs and Odell Beckham. Where are you with the tag diva?
I hated it. I hate it's been said for years. I mean, it doesn't bother me.
Okay.
Yes, I mean, maybe I've shown some flashes of divas, but I can also play the position. I'm a tough guy. I can play the position as well. I think when you think about Brandon Aiyuk, he's earned the types of dollars that he's asking for. He's a very productive football player. He's reliable. He's consistent. He is every bit of what Deebo Samuels brings to that football team. Deebo Samuels obviously brings a physical mentality, but the production is there from Brandon Aiyuk. So I think he deserves the money. I hate to see that he's going to the social media and saying the things that he's saying, because I think it's kind of dumbing down really like who he's a solid guy. Yes, he's frustrated and he wants his money. Now having these social platforms, it's easy to get your phone down and just say what you feel. But hate that he's going to that level with it, but he deserves the money that he's asking for. He's very productive.
You said your daughters are playing sports, and I just wonder, do you ever coach them about social media and sports and like, hey, just be careful, because I feel like a lot of these athletes kind of grew up with it and never got proper training.
Right.
And they're making some mistakes. And so, I mean, you saw the Chiefs guy gets drafted, Worthy, and he goes on a video with his girlfriend and is like peeling off hundreds. Like, what are you flexing for? It just feels weird.
Well, it's the likes, and people, they want folks to see what they're doing, and it's trendy, and it's what's happening on the social scene. But yes, I have conversations with my kids about social media, but they're young adults. I mean, they now know how to carry themselves. They know what's good and what's not in terms of posting on social. So I don't have to go over the top with them. I actually would like for my kids to post a little bit more. Now, my son does a really good job. He has his own TikTok page, Braden Holt, that you can follow him on TikTok. He's really cool, dope. Does a lot of food reviews. But my daughters, I try to get them to post a little bit more, because they have so much to offer. Talented, young, smart, athletic girls. I think the world should see that. But I don't have to beat them down in terms of being right on social media. They know how to handle themselves.
Yeah, we could wrap up. Bill Belichick is gone. He's out. And Gerard Mayo is the new Patriots coach. Following a legend is very difficult.
Yes.
You know, Don Shula, Joe Gibbs, on down the list. It's tough. Patriots have the lowest win total in the league at 4.5. I don't know if you know Mayo personally, but it feels like a massive uphill climb for them. Where are you on the Patriots? And like, they had a 2-decade dominance with Brady and Belichick, and it feels like they had a good run.
Yeah, they did, but they got a defensive-minded coach. The defense is solid. Obviously, they got to make some things work on the offensive side of the football field to balance up the Patriots, to give them an opportunity to win consistently. But I do like the hire. I had an opportunity my last year in the National Football League. I was in New England for a short stint, and Jerry Mayo was the middle linebacker. And just to see him echo and bark out the calls and get guys lined up and make sure that the defense was operating at a high level in practice on a day-to-day basis, you saw that from him. He was a leader. So I think that those things would transfer over to his football players. He obviously knows how to identify and talk and converse with them. But I think he's a Patriot through and through. So you have that spooling out of him, but you also have a guy that wants to coach in the National Football League, believes that he can coach in the National Football League, understands that he's following Bill, but this is his time now. So he gets an opportunity to kind of blaze his trail, but I think they got a good hire in Gerard Mayo.
It's funny you say blaze his trail, because he's trying to like do stuff Belichick like didn't do. He brought in a rapper to throw passes to receivers. I read a story that they had Belichick refused to let him have a ping pong table or whatever. Now they brought in a ping pong table, like loosen it up. But here's the thing, all that stuff worked for the Patriots with Belichick and Brady. So why would you totally go counter to it?
Well, in Belichick's time frame of coaching, different mindset of guys, different way of doing things in the National Football League is do it my way or the highway. Now with this young group of talent that's now coming into the National Football League, you got to get down. You got to be able to converse and be able to communicate on their level to get the best out of them. And I think you're seeing Jared Mayo bringing rappers now out onto the field. Music is playing. I'm sure they'll have a ping pong, making it an environment for them that's conducive to give them the opportunity and the trust and the confidence to go out and elevate their skills on a day-to-day basis, which he hopes it'll carry over to the field.
I've lobbied for a ping pong table here. No luck so far in 2 years. I got to ask the man.
Y'all got enough
question.
space.
We do. I know. Seriously. Are the Chiefs going to three-peat? Just a simple yes or no. We'll see.
I say yes for now. Until they dethrone, I say yes for now. Andy has dealt with a lot. Every single year, there's some type of off-the-field controversy that he's dealing with, but they continue to right the ship. They got the number one guy, Patrick Mahomes.
I'm so over the Chiefs. We need some new blood in there. Torry Holt, great stuff.
No doubt.
Hi, everybody. It's me, Uncle Colin. Subscribe here to get the latest from the herd, including exclusive behind-the-scenes videos and more, wherever you may be, however you may be watching. Thanks again for making us part of your day.